So it's something like 2 in the morning. I couldn't sleep because I seem to have caught the lurgy. I don't know if it is COVID, it's probably not, but you know, we're going to be on the safe side and self-isolate anyway. See, John caught this the other day. And then I started to get it last night and it's got worse. So yeah, cold and flu tablets, I think they're throat lozenges, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like crap. But some good news though. About the neighbour issue. Basically, I heard back from the police. Yeah, basically they said they're gonna haul in the neighbour for an interview again. I've got to send them the evidence I took. They wanna come. The police then wanna come give me, take a statement from me. Then they're gonna be taking next door to court. So finally it's going to court. Which is really good. I've got to go give evidence in court. I've also got to read witness impact statements and other statements and stuff. So yeah, which means I've got to get up in court in front of this person. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't have any kind words to say about him, but I've got to stand up in court in front of him and yeah, tell the court what a douchebag he is. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be so much fun. But no, I've said yeah, because I had the option to have someone else read out the witness impact statement for me in court. I don't know, I guess it would be one of a court appointed someone or a lawyer, I don't know how it works, but someone else would read it out for me in court. But I said no, I'm happy to do it myself because I had that option as well. And I thought if I do it myself, one, the witness impact statement will have more impact if it comes from the witness, if it is being read by the witness or by the victim rather. The victim impact statement has more impact if it's being read out by the victim, I guess. And secondly, I want to show him that he hasn't won that he hasn't knocked me down, that I'm not scared of him. I'm not gonna wimp away and hide from his homophobic, racist ableism. Yeah. So I'm gonna go do that. I don't know when this is gonna happen yet. There's been, we're still waiting to hear back from the police. So, yeah. So things are moving forward very slowly, but they are. Now, I'll address some of the comments I've had on some of the videos on YouTube. I do read some of the comments because I get alerts from them. I just don't always reply to them. But yeah, some of the comments, people saying, oh, he wouldn't last long if he did this to me, and saying about going kicking his butt and stuff like that. Which, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and I felt that way. I just want to go punch him in the face, but violence doesn't really solve anything. In my long life, well, I say long life, it's not really long, it hasn't really been a long life. I'm only, 35, 36. So in my 35 odd years of being alive and whatnot, I have learnt one thing, that violence doesn't really solve anything. Oh, and who was it? I can't remember where I heard this quote from, but an eye for an eye, if we all went by the logic of an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, we'd be a world full of blind, gummy humans, So, yeah, me having to go back at him might make me feel better for a minute or two, but then that's just going to cause a whole lot of crap for me afterwards. So, and the whole moving thing, people saying just move, get out there, move. I'd love to move. I've been trying. I put in for a move. I put in for an emergency management move. And I was turned down because apparently I'm not eligible for that. I live in social housing. So, and I can't afford anything other than social housing. I can't afford to rent privately. I can't afford to buy my own home. So I have to rent from the government and local authority. That's my only option. It's that or homelessness, and I've been homeless before, and I don't really want to be homeless again. I don't think I would survive on the streets now with all my health conditions. So yeah, that's, so I'm stuck with what I've got basically. And again, having to go back at my neighbour, retaliating to his crap, that will only get me in trouble. If I get in trouble, I get evicted from my home, from social housing, then I cannot get social housing again. and I can't afford to rent privately. I can't afford to buy my own home. So I'd be homeless. So I can't just have a go back. You know, I've got to play it by the rules, play it by the book, so that I don't end up homeless or in trouble. You know, I can't burn my bridges with social housing, because then, you know, I'm screwed. So, yeah, I don't really have any option in saving up money to buy my own home, or to rent privately. I might in a couple of months, I might be able to save up enough for a deposit for a private rented place, but I wouldn't be able to afford the rent every month or whatever, you know. I'm on quite a low income when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, even if I had to pay rent on this place, because I don't pay rent, I get housing benefit, which helps to pay the rent. All I have to do is pay the utilities. So that's like yeah. But even if I didn't get that housing benefit, I probably wouldn't be able to afford to pay the full rent on this place each month and pay for the utilities and things like grocery shopping and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, I don't really have options, you know. So I'm stuck with what I got. Yeah, so I'm thankful for what I've got as well, though. You know, because I've been in worse situations in my life. Homelessness, moving around from home to home, living in a home where, well, with my mum, she had mental health issues, and yeah, we grew up with abuse and stuff like that. So yeah, like, there's worse situations I could be in, and I'm thankful for what I've got. I'm thankful for the roof over my head. Yes, that roof is covered in black mould. Yes, I have a complete douchebag living next door to me who seems to get off on harassing me. But yeah, that's the cards I've been dealt, I suppose, and like, I've got to deal with it. But yeah, things are moving forward, so hopefully he will be charged. And he will be, I don't know whether he'll be put in prison. I'm not sure. From what I've been reading online and from what some officers have told me, he can get up to 10 years for some of the things he's been doing, such as the hate crime and harassment and threats to life and stuff like that. Yeah, and threats to rape me. Yeah, that was fun the other morning. Woke up, went in the kitchen to make a cuppa and make breakfast and stuff, and straight away had a voice screaming at me from the other side of the wall, saying that he was gonna rape me. So yeah, that put me right off my breakfast. And the thing is, the way he's shouting these things, it's not like he's shouting them at me. He's shouting them about me, but he's aiming them at John, if that makes sense. So it's like he's trying to goad John into a fight. Because the other day when he said about raping me, he said, I'm gonna rape that bitch, right? And then he was saying other stuff, and it was like he was aiming it at John, but it was about me, and saying stuff about, oh, your retard girlfriend, excuse the R word, I probably shouldn't say that, I don't like saying it, but that's the words he was using. And he was, one of the things he said which really got to me was he shouted, oh, you're a fucking pervert, sleeping with a spastic. Again, another word I do not like. I hate using these words, but I've heard them so much over the past year and a half, something like that, that, to be honest, I think they're starting to lose some of their sting. But yeah, so he shouted that through the wall, and that kind of got to me a bit. Thinking someone's a pervert because they sleep with a disabled person or because they date a disabled person. That's disgusting. Disabled people deserve love too. Disabled people are humanoids too. So it's disgusting. So it definitely seems like he has hate towards anyone who is different. He has hate towards disabled people, towards people who are LGBTQ. I say that because someone said to me on the comments as well that the term queer, is outdated. That might be true, but when I say queer, I don't mean it in a nasty way, because I know that term has been used as well in a nasty way before, but that's the language I use when I speak with my sibling who is also queer or LGBT. That's the language we use, so I'm used to using that language, but yeah, so, but yeah, like, I think John's done really well at not rising to the occasion though with this neighbour, because John also has anger issues, John is on the autistic spectrum as well. He's ADHD and suspected Asperger's. He's not got a diagnosis for the Asperger's yet. We're still currently working through getting him a proper assessment. We've had a few therapists that he has seen that have said, yeah, we believe that you're Asperger's or you're somewhere on the autistic spectrum. They've said the same thing about me too. And I've had my first consultation privately. I went private for this because I got sick of arguing with the NHS to get an assessment. So I went private and they said, yeah, you're autistic, but to get the proper diagnosis, it's going to cost a bomb. It's going to cost a lot of money that I do not have. I mean, the first consultation was a bit pricey, but the actual assessment and diagnosis, like £1,000 or more, is quite a lot of money. So, I've got to weigh up, because there's other things I'm trying to save for, like my off-road wheelchair. So it's like I've got to weigh up autism diagnosis, off-road wheelchair. I mean, if I get the off-road wheelchair, I get some independence back and I'll be able to get out and about in nature and get out and about to the woods and the New Forest and the coastal paths and stuff I used to walk on the Isle of Wight and stuff. I'd be able to get out and about and go hiking and take my camera with me and go take photos of random scenery and random nature. Yeah, I'll be able to do that again if I get the wheelchair, the off-road wheelchair. So I think that's probably more important to me at the moment than getting the autism diagnosis, because at least with the wheelchair I have some independence back and some quality of life as well. And to be honest, quality of life I think is very important, especially when it comes to mental health. So yeah. And I mean, I have tried again on the NHS to get the autism assessment, but I just keep coming up against brick walls. Either I get told, oh, yeah, you might be autistic, but why do you need the actual diagnosis? You're an adult now, you don't need it. When, yes, I need it more than ever as an adult, so that I am able to access the correct mental health help. Because every time I go to get mental health help, the therapists always say to me, oh, we think you're autistic. And if you're autistic, you need more specialised help that we can't give you because we're not trained in autism. Okay, thanks. Maybe refer me for the NHS assessment, autism assessment then. Oh no, we can't do that, you got to go see your GP. Okay, go see the GP. GP again. Oh, so why do you think you need this? I explained to him why, and he's like, right, but we can't do that. It is a self-referral thing. I was like, right, okay, how do I self-refer? He's like, just go to the autism people and ask. So I'm like, right, okay, cool. I sent them, the autism people, a email. I've rung them and spoke to them. Every time they tell me, no, we're not self-referral. You need to be referred by your GP or by a school professional, a school teacher or something, or a support worker or social worker. Okay, I don't have a teacher because I'm no longer at school because I'm an adult. I do not have a support worker or a social worker because every time I try and get one of those, I'm told that I'm not eligible for one. Usually I'm told, oh, you're not disabled enough. Okay, what does that exactly mean? Because when I look in the mirror, pretty sure I'm disabled, you know? So I think what they mean is, oh, you're not drooling on yourself and speaking in tongues, so we can't help you. You know, because I can hold a conversation with them and because I know how to spell my own name, not trying to be nasty or anything, you know. Yeah, it seems they only help disabled people who are intellect, I don't know the proper term, that, you know, I think anything you say nowadays is going to offend someone, so screw it, you know. Intellectually challenged. Yeah, so, and because I mean, I have learning disabilities, but they don't always show up when I'm speaking with the officials because I've had years of practice speaking with social workers and doctors and all that lot. So it's sort of like learnt behaviour. So I know how to speak to those people, which goes against me with them. It's stupid. It's like society says, oh, you can't be disabled and smart. That's not allowed. You can't be disabled and have your own mind. That's not allowed. Yeah, so there's not much help out there for physically excuse me, for physically disabled people. I think the only help I've seen out there is they have a wheelchair list, an NHS wheelchair list, which has something like a 10-year waiting list for a wheelchair. The wheelchairs are free on the NHS, but you got to sign up and wait for 10 years. And it's not a first come, first serve thing. It's a needs must, so whoever is in more need gets bumped up the list. So yeah, which is fair, I think. That is fair, that's the proper way to do it, you know. Because I wouldn't want to take anything from someone who needs it more than I do. You know, it's fair doing it that way. But because there is not enough wheelchairs and not enough funding in the NHS, yeah, it's become a 10-year waiting list. Which is why I had to crowdfund my my power chair. Oh, I wish this flu or bug or whatever it is would go away. So, yeah. But anyway, I was saying about how well John was doing with all of this crap. I went off on a tangent, didn't I? I do that a lot. My whole life is a tangent. But yeah, he's done really well. I mean, I say really well. Mental health wise, John's been really bad. Because as well, he has a lot of mental health issues. So PTSD now, that's one he's been told he has. Anxiety, depression. I think he has a couple of different types of depression, like reactive, manic. What else was it? Some sort of fragmented psyche or something like that. But yeah, he's been going through a bit of therapy and stuff. And he's been looking into getting medicated as well, but he's having trouble with that. Because when he goes to see the GP's like, well, it's just stress, you just need to relax. And John's like, I need help to relax. I'm having issues mental health wise. I need medication. And they're like, oh well, go get therapy. So he's like, right, okay. He goes gets therapy. He says to the therapist, what's happening? The therapist is like, yeah, you need to go to the GP and get medication. Goes back to the GP. Therapist says, I need medication. And GP's like, well, you don't seem like you need medication. And I said to John, look, when you're in the doctor's office, just lose your shit with them. Break down crying and fucking whatever, because they need to see it in order to treat it, So, but John has trouble doing that because, like me, he has learnt behaviour where he knows how to speak with, how to act around doctors and stuff. So when he's in the doctor's office, he becomes smart John, adult John, well-mannered John. So, they don't see the mental health, and that's the problem with autism, I think, with, anyone on the spectrum. We don't process things in the same way other people do. We don't process emotions and feelings and stuff in the same way other people do. So on the inside, we could completely be losing our shit, but on the outside, we seem calm and collected. And that's the problem I have, because I could be completely in my head, but outside I look calm, collected. I'm able to have a conversation, hold a conversation with someone, an intelligent conversation. But then when I'm at home, when I get home, after all these interactions, that's when the meltdown happens. The meltdown happens in private, at home, in my safe space, you know? I'm not gonna be that vulnerable in public, you know? So we bottle it up till we get to our safe space. I mean, some autistics can't bottle it up like that, you know? Some of us can, some of us can't, but I'm one of the ones that can bottle it up and wait till I get home to my safe space, then melt down. There have been times when I have melted down in public, and yeah, it's not fun. So don't like doing that. But yeah, but John's, I mean, he's been wanting to hit back at this neighbour, but he's not. He's not yet. Anyway, like, he's wanted to shout back as well, and you know, I've managed to sort of like say to him, look, no, because that's what he wants. Obviously, he's trying to goad you into a fight, and the moment you go fight him is the moment you get in trouble somehow, either by he's got mates there with him that are all gonna jump you, or he's got weapons and you're not gonna come out of it okay, or you're gonna end up hurting him badly and then getting in trouble and end up in prison. Or we're gonna get evicted because you've reacted to it, you know? So I've managed to talk John down every time he's wanted to go, and yeah. But so he's done really well, because I think the only reason he hasn't is because he's actually been listening to me. And sort of like, yeah, okay. And because as well, John said to me, yeah, if I get in trouble, and well, I said to John, if you get in trouble and you end up in prison, where does that leave me? That leaves me stuck here on my own, living next door to this psychopath, with no one to protect me. So what happens to me then? And John's sort of like, yeah, you got a point there, you know. So yeah. But to be honest, when this is all over, I think me and John need a holiday. We haven't had a proper holiday in years. I mean, we've been wanting to, but life keeps getting in the way. Stupid, pesky thing called life just gets in the way. All this adult crap that we have to do, like pay bills and ugh. Don't grow up, people. It's a trap. Just don't. It's horrible. Don't become an adult. It's horrible. I'm trying to think of the last proper holiday we had. Can't remember. I think it was it last year? We had a day out. We went to the Isle of Wight for the day, and that was quite cool. Went to the beach, ate seafood on the beach, went to the arcades, stuff like that. We were planning on going back maybe this summer, to be honest, and instead of just going for a day, we were going to go for a couple of days, because right on the beachfront there is a hotel, nice little hotel, that is wheelchair accessible. Yay! So yeah, we're gonna go, hopefully do that if we have some spare cash, which I think we're gonna have spare cash, because I've been really clever with the finances this year. So some of the utilities I've paid off for the whole year. So it's left us short, money wise, for the first part of the year. So for the first couple of months, we're a bit strapped. But because I've had to use the money to pay off the bills for the year. But hopefully by summer, hopefully before summer, by spring or whatever, but by then, hopefully, we will have no utilities to pay, because usually we used to pay them like monthly or whatever. But now paying them off for the whole year annually at the start of the year, by summer, I've got no bills to worry about, no utilities to worry about at all. And any of that money that I would have been using to pay off these utilities each month, that money is now free and clear for me to do whatever I like with. So probably going to be using that money, saving up a bit of that, to go and have a couple of days away. So that'll be really cool. Yeah. Oh. Squeak, what are you doing? Can you get down off that, please? John won't be happy if you're messing up all this stuff on his desk. I mean, I know his desk looks messy, but with John, it's organised chaos. So, come on, down. Good girl. Sorry. Right, do you want to come sit up here? You can come sit on my desk. Come sit on my desk. Come for cuddles? No, you're in strop with me now because I told you off. Come up here. Come on. Good girl. Come on then. Good girl. Come on then. Yeah, so. But yeah, here's Squeak. Like I said in a previous video, she's been ill. She's a lot better now though. Are you gonna get up on the desk? Do you want to come say hello to your fans? Oh, you've heard John. John's awake. She's gonna supervise John now while he goes to the toilet. She's gonna watch the toilet door until he comes out. But yeah, she's a lot better now. Which is a relief. You comfy there, yeah? And you're just gonna watch the toilet door until John comes out. You comfy? Yeah? You've made me lose all train of thought now. Yep. Do you want to take over this video for me and you do it? Yeah? You do it. Go on. No? Okay. She's camera shy, aren't you? That's why she's ducking down and hiding down there. Oh, no, she's on the desk. I think she wants a fuss from you, John.
Do you? You're doing a long video.
Oh yeah, I'm doing a vlog.
Ah, hello everyone.
Did I wake you up?
Well, in a way, yes. I heard my name 3 times in a row.
Sorry.
I thought someone was summoning me, and then I couldn't close my eyes again.
We summoned the John.
I'm like that fairy tale character that grants wishes, played by what's his face in that.
You're telling me you grant wishes?
Well, you always wish for cups of tea, and they seem to have magically appear. What's his name? Rumpelstiltskin. Is it that one? Or the other one? That one you like in the pyjamas? I look like him at the moment. Messy hair.
Are you talking about... Because I know the only one I know that gives 3 wishes is the genie from Aladdin.
There was one where I had to guess his name, and there's one where you have to say it 3 times. I get them
Yeah,
confused.
that's Rumpelstiltskin.
Okay. I thought you granted wishes.
Does he?
Not in a good way. Right. I need a drink.
I don't know, I can't remember. I'm not a big Disney fan. She says being obsessed with anything Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm a Tim Burton fan, not a Disney fan. But yeah, anyway. I will get you on camera, Squeak. Squeak. Good girl. Oh, you're going to watch John now in the kitchen. She gets obsessed with John walking around the flat doing things. I mean, even if it's just him walking around doing housework, doing chores and stuff, she'll sit here and she will watch him, and with like a look on her face that's kind of like intrigue and surprise and like...
She's like, oh my god, the Gorilla Pig's doing something.
Yeah. All it needs is a David Attenborough voiceover.
So you were sat on my desk, were you, Bubba? That's okay. As long as you didn't try to eat anything on it.
She was climbing about on there. I didn't want her knocking anything down.
Yeah, I got ornaments up there. I think she was trying to lay on my... She saw what looks like a map, but it's my laptop.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go try and get more sleep.
Okay.
Because I haven't been well the last couple of days. I've been sleeping way too
Yeah,
much.
I've caught whatever it is that you've got.
I told you kissing me loads when I was sick was a bad idea, but she won't.
Oh well, I was going to catch it anyway. We lived together. So,
Yeah.
like, eventually I was going to catch it anyway,
But-
so screw it.
Yeah, but I did my best not to just be like, oh, I'm sick and ma in the mouth. You know, I did my best not to give it to you. I knew you was going to get it. I just didn't want to be the one that was like, in your face and there you go.
We share the same kitchen, we share the same bathroom, we share the same bedroom. Eventually, I'm going to catch it no matter what. So,
Yeah.
might as well get it over and done with.
So next time I'm sick, I'm just going to cough in your face then, yeah?
Yeah, if you like, I don't mind.
I'm not being a bastard, I promise, but you saw that, right? You witnessed that. Now she's going to cut that bit out. I'm off.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, another thing was, like, after I heard my name, if I heard my name 3 times, you must have been quite loud about it. But luckily that door was closed, so...
I don't think I've actually been loud. I've been trying to keep the noise down, but then
I
when
know.
I am gabbing, I do get carried away.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not telling you off, I'm just saying I'm glad that door was closed.
Hmm.
Right, I'm off to try. But you finish your video.
Okay, night night. Finish my video. How long is this video? 50 something minutes so far. But yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna shut up and go away now, because otherwise I will gab on for the rest of the night or the morning, because it is something like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. Yeah. So me and Squeak are probably gonna sit here now and watch something on Netflix or Amazon or something. Probably watch some more Yellowstone. I've got into that lately. I like the horses. Anything that has horses in it, I'll watch. Don't give me evil, Squeak. Squeak. When I said anything, I like horses. Anything that has horses in it, I'll watch. Squeak turned round and gave me evil looks. No, but horses. I love horses. I want to own a horse. My ideal horse, my favourite horse to own would be a Clydesdale. But yeah, horses are expensive, so that's probably never going to happen. Also, Clydesdale is probably way too much horse for me to handle, because those things are huge. So yeah. But anyway, I'm supposed to be ending this video now, not gabbing on about horses. Do you want to say goodbye, Squeak? No? Do you want to come say goodbye? There you go, say goodbye to your fans then. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And I shall speak to you all later. Bye bye.